Hello, today we're going to be talking about GameStop, and diving into what the situation currently is. GameStop has been in decline for several years now, since at least 2018. If you ask me, I think it's a miracle that this company is still running and has people working for it. I know enough about the inner workings of GameStop and how employees and management are treated to say that I will never step foot around a GameStop. Around the time I got fired from Walmart, I discovered a YouTuber known as Fantavision. A journey through his content would lead me to Camelot331 in June of last year, primarily because of the drama involving Quantum TV. Both Fantavision and Camelot331 are former GameStop employees. People will say what they want about Camelot331, but the man worked there for over 10 years. That's a long time for the stuff he says he saw to happen. He was very much not liked by his district manager. He was fired pretty much at will. GameStop's official reason was time card fraud for sitting in the back room planning for the day, but apparently sitting at the particular table he was at constituted as a break. By this logic, that basically means Camelot might as well have just done that work for free. His manager, who he calls Egg, would ride the clock and just leave the store and go have sex with prostitutes. Egg had a hole in a wall in his office that allowed him to peep into the women's bathroom. Couple that with the fact that Egg almost always hired underage girls and young women. Egg once even blackmailed an underage girl that was working for him into sending nude photos of themselves, or he would fire them, or some other disciplinary action. Then he would ask for more nudes, or he would make public the nudes he already had. Egg would also groom a young woman into performing favors for another male associate, pressuring her to do it until she did it. If you ask me, I think Camelot should never have blacked out Egg's face in those videos, because this Egg seems like a very horrible person, and I'm pretty sure some of the things Egg did would count as a sex crime. But also, Camelot is afraid of the legal repercussion around sharing Egg's face. I probably would have gone after Egg after getting out of GameStop. Egg is a pedophile, and it wouldn't surprise me if these things were happening at other GameStops. I get that GameStop corporate treats their managers like crap, but that's no excuse to sexually harass underage girls. But speaking of GameStop corporate, they're always looking for a reason to get rid of tenured management. If it's not one thing, it's another. You're excelling here, but not here, so you need to improve in that section or find another place to work. Your store could be ranking in the top 10 throughout the entire company, and you'll still get this spiel. They also put this kind of pressure onto regular employees. Work harder, ask customers if they want this stupid benefit deal. It used to be the power-up rewards card, but it's something else now. A district manager once said that employees need to receive a warning if they don't ask once, and the second time they don't ask if customers want the benefit whatever, then they need to be sent home. See, I would not last long at all at GameStop because I am a very antisocial person. My conversation skills suck, but it just goes to show what level of greed GameStop corporate has stooped to. GameStop really took off the mask when they switched managers from salary to hourly pay. Even Dollar General still pays their managers by salary. I also thought it was extremely objectionable of GameStop to get Camelot fired from his job at Walmart, as I think he worked for his district or something. Walmart knows no deal breaker when it comes to working with other companies if they're willing to side with a pedophile and his enablers in getting someone fired. Walmart would gladly collaborate with the Grim Reaper if it yielded profit. GameStop is known to force employees to add stuff onto the transactions of non-English speaking customers without their knowledge. GameStop will sell returned games and consoles that have roaches in them, or are disgusting, or are broken, or just don't even work. GameStop once held a competition between its employees to sell pre-orders for a then upcoming game, and the winner would get a huge bonus. A poverty-stricken woman was set to win the competition, and that woman was going to use the money on food for Thanksgiving that year. And GameStop, right before the competition ended, canceled it, and no one got the money except for the goddamn corporate pigs. When the would-be winner heard, she wept. Just hearing that story got my blood boiling. Probably GameStop's plan all along. Get people excited and motivated to work, just to pocket every cent and leave their employees hungry, and drink the river of tears from the would-have-been winner. Exploitation. All of this, I'm sure, is a drop in the bucket of GameStop's horrible business practices and abuse of its labor force. But let's look at the Reddit community r/GameStop for more information. This subreddit used to be full of bootlickers and was once a largely anti-Camelot sub, but in recent years, even the ride or dies have left GameStop's side as the company becomes increasingly beholden to the profit motive despite its clear decline and imminent downfall. The first post I see is titled, "Did they seriously just get rid of the instant 10,000 points?" It reads, "There's no way they did it. It's just a bug, right? There's zero way that this was intentional, right? This was one of the only ways I could actually possibly get a few signups and help customers save money, and now it's gone. I'm so furious right now. This is going to affect a lot of people that need their job at GameStop, that are trapped there because there isn't any good employment around them. GameStop has always been looking for ways to make it difficult for their workers to reach their goals, and now so many people are going to potentially lose their jobs because GameStop's own stupid decision. GameStop is horrible at advertising. How can you be this against people saving money and expect to thrive as a business? At this point, they're just asking for their company to collapse. jobs, which if you ask me is more of a good thing. Set your workers free, GameStop. If you're working at GameStop, get out of there fast. People considering taking the job don't, because you're going to be stressed out and mentally abused from day one. GameStop corporate wants you to fail. They want themselves to fail too, so that way they can stop babysitting this husk of a business that has been out of date for about a decade and a half now since things started to go digital. The next one, titled No Fucking AC. It reads, I really hate how half my fucking outlets don't work and my AC doesn't work and it's 87 degrees in my store, and this fucking company has the audacity to say just expense some fans and some water to stay hydrated. Fuck that. The store will be closed for the rest of the fucking day. It's no surprise that GameStop would be among the list of companies that turn off their AC during the summer to save money, leaving their frontline workers to suffer in the heat. Meanwhile, corporate is probably working in air-conditioned offices. Totally fair and not favoritist. I know Lowe's does this, with their stores getting so hot that workers young and old collapse from heat stroke. This is unethical. It's an abuse of the workers in the name of profit. Half of the outlets being broken is something that could probably be solved with a work order to an electrician, but doing that would probably get you yelled at by the higher-ups. If you're a manager working at a store that has no AC, especially with this being the hottest time of the year, what I would do if I were you is organize a walkout until either GameStop turns the AC back on or until the start of autumn. I almost guarantee autumn comes first, though. That is fucking ridiculous, especially here in the southern Midwest. We can't even cook because it gets so damn hot, and air conditioning will not keep this house cool. The next one is titled Working Any Major Holiday. It reads, I feel working any major holiday as an SGA, even July 4th today, feels like I'm being set up for failure, because I'm working on a day with little to no foot traffic, so I know my numbers are going to be bad. Also too, I find it very convenient that despite being open on a holiday, my ASL, SL, and DL are all off today, and I cannot reach any of them for assistance. To be honest, if the stores have to be open today, the DL has to work too. But all in all, working on a major holiday when a lot of retailers are closed in my area feels like a slight against any employee working today. ASL, SL, and DL got this day off because of course they did. They made the schedule, and so therefore they scheduled a plebeian to do all the work because they want to go party for Independence Day. It's not unheard of for managers to abuse their power and schedule their entry-level employees to work the holidays, be it Independence Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, or whatever. It's something that completely demotivates their workers and they know it. And yet they do it anyway. Everyone should have federal holidays off, retail workers included. With things being the way they are though, managers need to take responsibility. Working the holidays, in my eyes at least, would show that these managers are worthy to be called such. If they aren't willing to work the holidays, they should close shop for the holidays, especially if they aren't willing to answer calls. I feel like GameStop sets everyone up for failure these days, including their customers. So, just based on what we've read here, GameStop cut their 10,000 points on sign up for their rewards, whatever it is now, making it harder for customers to save money shopping there. GameStop has turned off their in-store ACs, leaving SGAs, managers, and customers to suffer in the heat, and their managers are just taking the holidays off and making entry-level workers keep the store open because I guess fuck the SGAs. Would I recommend unionizing? To be honest, this is one of the rare instances where I say no. GameStop is dying. It is losing money fast. The company will likely file for bankruptcy within the next 5 years, and even that is a generous estimate. Unionization would not be an effective strategy in the case of GameStop. Instead, I recommend beginning a process of mass resignation. Everybody jump ship. For those considering working at GameStop, don't. Abort mission. Save yourself from inevitable job loss. And for the women, potential sexual harassment that could potentially outlive GameStop. Which, by the way, if you are a woman working at GameStop and a manager or anyone is harassing you sexually or blackmailing you for sexual favors, whether that be acts or pictures, get a lawyer involved. Don't let that happen to you, regardless of how old you are. If a lawyer proves useless, get your dad, your brother, or your boyfriend, if you have one, involved. That will work for sure.
Get me involved. I'd be more than happy to handle the situation for you.
Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Anyway, yeah. Quit your job at GameStop, go do something better for yourself, go to trade school, get a degree, and do something that you will enjoy. Work that will actually yield a reward, and something that actually contributes to society rather than selling video games in a format that will be gone in the next 10 years. If even that. Even chess has gone digital. Chess. Board games for fuck's sake. But tell me your thoughts in the comments below. What are your horror stories from working at GameStop or elsewhere? Be sure to click thumbs up if you liked the video and share it far and wide. Also be sure to subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and click the bell to get notified when I post a new video. Also, a link to my Patreon is in the description if you would like to become a monthly contributor for just $3 a month. I plan on doing some alternate history content on there in August. It probably won't be a video, but maybe an audio recording or just a text adventure. Some ideas I have in mind are Elder Scrolls being an actual thing based off of undiscovered ancient Scandinavian history. Also Also maybe a Soviet reunion, an American workers' uprising for, I guess you could call that fantasy future, and maybe also a pagan renaissance in Scandinavia, Ireland, and Russia, and the downfall of Christianity with a side dish of ancient Egyptian religion and Greek mythology coming back and kicking Islam back as well. Of course, I don't mean to offend anyone that practices these religions, it'll just be me fucking around. Nothing to take seriously. But if that's something you would be interested in, then I invite you to become a contributor and get those exclusive goodies when they come out. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll be back Thursday for the next video. Bye guys.